Hey guys, today I'm going to do a pretty serious type of video for you, and I know that a lot of people are going to judge me. I know a lot of people are going to leave me some comments, but I just want to be able to put this out there and help some people if I can. I got this idea from another YouTuber that I saw put out a story about her abortion, and she said that she was looking for research and looking for people to relate to with a story that she could kind of relate to when she was going through with hers. And I never had the same thing. I had to just Google and go off of Planned Parenthood. I never had anybody put something out there or tell me their experience or tell me what it was like. So I just want to put it out there so I could maybe help one person. No matter all the hate that I'm going to get, if I help one person, then I'm glad I made this video. But when I was 17 years old, I was dating a 24-year-old, and he wasn't the best person in the world. He had 3 kids prior to this and 1 on the way that he never took care of, never claimed or anything. He just didn't take care of them. And I guess that should have been a red flag to me, but I was 17. I wasn't looking for marriage or any kind of specific dating material. I had just gotten out of an abusive relationship, and it was just kind of I don't know, it was just kind of my getting over that situation. I felt safer because I was with somebody that if, he were to attack me, that he was there and he was bigger and older and he could take care of that for me is kind of how I thought. But basically, we were together, and we obviously had sex. I got pregnant, and I tried to text him immediately when I found out. He kind of blew me off for a few days and wouldn't talk to me. And I told my mom and my dad, and it didn't go well, and I ended up staying at my sister's for almost a week. And he finally came over and was basically like, I already have 3 kids and 1 on the way, and I just don't think that you should have this baby. And I was kind of like, okay, you have 4 other kids, but I kind of almost made it to me seem like I wasn't good enough. Is kind of how I felt. I don't know. It was kind of hard to hear, but at the same time, I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do? Do I just keep it? Do I do this? Do I put it for adoption? Can I handle that mentally? Can I mentally handle having an abortion? So basically what I did was I went home finally, and I did a lot of research, a lot of Googling, a lot of Planned Parenthood. I just did as much research as I could. I went to Planned Parenthood and took the pregnancy test with them to make sure, and they gave me paperwork on everything that I could do, adoption, abortion, keeping it, all of that. So I went home, did a lot of research, a lot of reading, and to me, I'm a very emotionally attached type of person, so if I would have carried the child, I don't think I could have ever given it up, even though I know it would have been something great to do. It would have been nice for another family to have, but the way that I am emotionally and wired, I just don't think I could do that. And I thought that would be much harder for me to put myself through. And so I did a lot of research about abortion, and I ended up finding out that, there's 2 different procedures. There's a surgical, and then there's a pill. After I did a lot of research, the pill was more of like your body having a miscarriage is kind of more of what it does, versus like surgically having things like removed. So I called the Planned Parenthood. My Planned Parenthood in my local area didn't do them, so I had to go to like a bigger city. And I called there, I got all the information, and I set up my appointment. It was only a few days. So I went, and when you get there, I think a lot of people have a miscommunication about what happens there at Planned Parenthood. I feel like a lot of people think that you can just walk up in there and be like, yeah, I'm here to have an abortion, and that's not how it works. You have to have paperwork, you have to have an appointment. You have to have paperwork, and you have to have an appointment, and you have to go in there, and you fill out all these forms, and then they take you back. You're not allowed to have anybody with you, like, in the rooms. Like, somebody can come with you for support, but they can't come back to the room with you. And, they took me back. They had me listen to something on a headset. I don't really remember what it was. But I sat and listened to the CDs. And then they took me back. They pulled a lot of my blood to run some tests. And then they took me back to a counselor. And they were talking to me a lot about, like, why are you doing this? Is this your choice? Is there somebody forcing you to do this? And they were very supportive. It was a great experience. They, were very concerned as to why I was doing it, if I was, was I okay with it? And basically, after I told the lady, I was like, I'm with somebody and they don't want another child. They can't take care of the children they already have. I'm 17. I have no job. I have nothing. And it just wasn't my time. It just wasn't. And basically she was like, it seems like if your circumstances were a little different, you wouldn't need to do this, but either way we support what you're doing here today, and whatever. Really nice. And then I went back to the room where the doctor was. I also had a sonogram. And they asked me if I wanted to see it, if I wanted the picture, and I decided not to, just because I had a feeling that would be harder for me later down the road, and it would be harder for me if I saw it, so I just opted not to. Also, I was only 5 weeks, so it didn't have a heartbeat. They told me it didn't have a heartbeat, and they played sound, so there was no heartbeat, and that made me feel a little better about the situation, but so I went back to the room and they gave me a pill, and they make you swallow it in front of them, and then there's 4 other pills that you have to take the next day. So you basically take the pill there, and then the next day, it was like 12 hours later, I think, or 24 hours later, you had to put these 4 pills like inside your mouth, like right here, and I did that, and not even, like, they weren't even dissolved all the way, and I started cramping, and I was like, oh my god. So I went into the bathroom, and I was in the bathtub, and I swear to you, thought I was dying. Like, it hurt really bad. There was a lot of cramping, and then I just started puking, which my mom ended up calling Planned Parenthood, and they said I should be fine, as long as they got him down and stuff was happening, then I was fine. So I was, in the tub, and I was, sick, and it was really hard, and I'm gonna be honest, I have a child now, so it was almost worse than childbirth itself. Like, it was really hard, and it hurt a lot. Finally, I fell asleep for like 3 hours, and I woke up and went to the bathroom, and everything came out. I did look at it. I did kind of, and it was hard. So I, got disposed of the pad and everything, and went back to sleep, and I, went back to normal. I was bleeding a lot, and then I had my period, and it was, I went back, I think, 2 weeks later to Planned Parenthood for them to do another ultrasound to make sure that it was all gone and no problems, and then that's where I got birth control. After that, I got like a lot of education from Planned Parenthood. I ended up going on the patch, and then I was on that for 3 years, and then I decided to have Paisley. So I'm telling you now, it was a hard situation, and I do think about it a lot. But I don't regret my decision, because I know I did what was best for me in my situation that I was in. I did the best that I could to, do what I had to do. And it's hard for me because the dad never cared, never even after that he used me for a long time after that, but he never fully apologized to me for it. He did try to apologize to me once, but he couldn't look me in the face, so I didn't accept it as anything less than a lie. And he has another kid now, so he never learned his lesson. I think he just thought that if I was pregnant, he would end up in jail. So I have a feeling that's kind of why he did what he did. But at the end of the day, I now have a healthy relationship, and I have a beautiful daughter that's loved by both of her parents. And I had her when I was ready to have her, and when I had a job, and when I had a stable environment and a stable relationship, and somebody that I know, regardless, is going to be around for her. But my number one thing I wanted to do with this video was, if you are looking for help, if you need help making a choice, if you need help with birth control, if you need help with any kind of education on sex, Planned Parenthood is a great resource for anyone. I'm really upset about the whole state funding thing, but if it wasn't for them, I would have never got the education that I got about having sex or birth control or anything. They changed my life, and after that, I've had a great experience with birth control, and a great experience with having a sex life, and a great experience with having a child. So without them, I don't really know how that would have went. They saved me from future issues. They taught me that it's okay to be on birth control and how to use it properly, and without them, it could have happened to me again. And I'm really thankful for that experience in my life, because it changed me as a person, and it made me change, and it made me realize that there's things that we have to do to protect ourselves and to make sure that we don't get put in these situations, because that's one less person that could have to have an abortion, or one less person that has to be a teen parent, and it's just a hard thing. So if you have any questions about abortion or about birth control, Planned Parenthood, you can leave them down below. I will leave links to Planned Parenthood in my description box below. And I know that some of you are going to leave me some hate comments, but that's okay. I've dealt with them in real life, so I had to do what I had to do, and now I'm a better person and a better parent for it. So just if you have any questions, leave them down below, and I hope that I could have helped somebody out with this video. Bye, guys.